The Great Backyard Birdhouse Blunder. Or why is no one renting these flappin' houses? Once upon a midnight summer morning in the town of Seedville, in a backyard nestled between a suspiciously perfect hedge and a rogue zucchini plant, sat the most extravagant lineup of bird real estate known to be kind. There were 5 birdhouses, 5 feeders, all freshly painted, fully stocked, and absolutely flummoxed houses. The breakfast nook, a pastel blue bungalow with a chimney that only blew bubbles. Not really. Chirp Palace 5000, a 3-story Gothic mini mansion with an owl-shaped gargoyle that hooted when it rained. The Flapjack, retro with neon signs and a disco ball that turned on at dusk. Peckingham Estate, British Tudor style, complete with fake ivy and a tiny red telephone booth. The Nest Flicks and Chill, a cozy studio designed for single birds or very emotionally available pigeons. The Feeders, Sir Pex-a-Lot, loud, proud, and full of millet. Lady Cedaline, elegant, dainty, and suspiciously fond of hummingbirds. Crumb Lord of the Third, a fancy peanut feeder who wore a monocle, don't ask how. Billy Wonka, always dripping seed everywhere, usually with a giggle. Hangry Hanger, cranky, shaped like a donut, and passively aggressive, squeaked when empty. But the yard was empty. Not a tweet, not a flap, not even a passive-aggressive cardinal glaring from a bush. Where are they? Whined the breakfast nook. It's nesting season. We put out snacks. We installed tiny hammocks, for crying out loud. I even hired Feng Shui Finch to rearrange my purchase, moaned Chirp Palace 5000. She said my nesting nook was in the wrong flow quadrant. I don't have a quadrant. Meanwhile, Crumlord the Third was pacing, or swinging gently in the breeze. This is an outrage, a scandal, a seduction failure of epic proportions. Trevor the Squirrel, who had clearly not been invited, but had appointed himself acting manager of Lawn Snacks, dangled from Billy Wonka, stuffing his cheeks. I told y'all, Trevor muttered through a mouthful of cracked corn. The birds unionized. They're on strike till someone installs a heated bird bath and removes the creepy garden gnome with the laser eyes. You leave Sir Gnomington out of this, snapped Lady Cedaline. Then came the announcement squawk. A piercing screech echoed through the yard, followed by the whoosh of overly dramatic wings. It was Captain Sassy Feather, the sassiest, most opinionated blue jay on this side of the picket fence. She landed on the garden hose with a flap and a glittery feather boa, possibly stolen from Scarecrow. Oh dear, she said, inspecting the flapjack shack. This place is giving mid-century meh, and not in a good way. Where's the statement moss wall? The open beak concept? Excuse me, huffed Peckington Estate. This is a heritage built in 2023. Captain Sassy Feather ignored him. Honestly, these houses are out of touch. Last year was all about upcycling and edible wallpaper. Now it's solar nest and worm-to-table service. Is that even real? Wailed Netflix and Chill, who had recently downloaded an app called Burble to attract millennial finches. Realer than chia seed nightmare, said Sass Feather, eyeing Crumlord the Third, who puffed up indigently. The feeders dropped. The houses sagged. Someone played a sad harmonica. It might have been the wind, but no one was sure. And then a flutter. Tiny, uncertain wing beats. A group of chickadees swooped in from the east, landing awkwardly near the breakfast nook. Is this where the free seed and sleep deal is? One chirped. We heard there was a worm buffet and a karaoke. Sir Peck-a-Lot lit up. Yes, there is karaoke every Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, always. Do you accept twigs as security deposit? Asked another. Do we ever, shouted the flapjack. I once accepted a shiny wrapper and a button shaped like a cat. Just when things were looking up, the sky darkened again. Oh no, gasped Lady Cedaline. It's him! From the shadows emerged Bartholomew the bearded, a grumpy, pouty spouting crow who wore a tiny cloak and scared off all the Trinity birds by muttering about the inevitable decay of seed culture. Nice gentrified coops, he growled. Where's the compost tote? Oh, come on, muttered Hangry Hunger. But just then something miraculous happened. A baby robin pooped directly onto Bartholomew's head. The crow screamed in horror and flew off, leaving behind his cloak and several unpaid library fines. Silence. Then a wild cheer. The chickadees danced. Trevor did a black flip. The birdhouses practically wriggled with joy. Quick, nest before someone builds a trampoline for owls, yelled Captain Sassfeather. By sundown, every house was full. The feeders were half empty, or half full, depending on how you beak of a glass. Even Sir Nomaton cracked a smile, or he just malfunctioned again. The great backyard birdhouse blunder was officially over. Well, till the raccoons showed up for karaoke night. Moral of the story, if you build it, they might come. If you also include snacks, disco balls, and a sass-proof crow barrier, they'll definitely come. They just may not stay in the house.
Pretty bird,
Where are you? Pretty bird, how are you? Pretty bird, sing for me. Pretty bird, where are you? Pretty bird, come see me. Pretty bird, pretty bird. Hello, pretty bird. Hello, pretty bird. Where are you?